Hello guys. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Adil sir. Good morning.
Yeah, yeah. We'll wait for 2 more minutes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, we'll see whether others will join on.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
All right, guys. We'll start today's session. Okay, so people might join late. Um, Before we begin, let's do the recap of yesterday, right? We'll do quick recap so that it will be easier for you guys to pick it up. Yeah. So, can anyone explain me what all we have discussed yesterday? Just not the entire thing, just tell me the topic's name, what all we have discussed.
Sir, load balancers.
Load balance. Before that, we discussed one thing, no?
OSI layer, I think.
No,
OSI
no,
model.
AMI, sir.
no. One topic in EC2 we have discussed, no? Last.
Auto scaling.
No. In EC2, related to EC2, we
Okay.
discussed one topic, no?
We capacity management, something like that.
Correct. Capacity reservation, correct. Yeah,
Yeah, reservation.
before that, ENI, Elastic Network Interface.
Oh yeah, interfaces. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes.
yeah.
Virtual network interface. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Yeah, it happens. So we discussed about elastic network interface, and then we discussed about a load balancer. So load balancer, in load balancer, we discussed about um listeners, right?
Yes, sir.
Listeners and then target groups. Okay,
Yes.
so We'll just quick recap of it. So ENI, what do you mean by ENI? Why do we use it? What is the pros and cons of it? If you guys can remember, just try to answer. It's okay. It's right or wrong, it doesn't matter.
So
I think
actually,
this
it
is
is a virtual interface. We can attach and detach for their, the respective EC2 instance. Sir.
Virtual interface,
Virtual network interface.
virtual network card.
Yes, yes. Sir.
Yeah, virtual network card. Okay, interface. Yeah, right. You can attach. So what are the different types, Vakas? Different types of ENI we have, right? I mentioned some two or three types.
Virtual network interface, ENI, and another one is for high performance.
Correct. One is primary, secondary, and then EFN, the network adapter ENA, and then EFA, elastic fabric adapter.
correct.
When do we use elastic fabric adapter? Or in what case? I mentioned one word, no? As soon as you see that word, you should select EFA. What that word? When do we use it? For what kind of scenarios? Basically, whenever we have requirement for big data, machine learning, right? For those kind of applications, we go with Elastic Fabric. All right, that's it about ENI. Okay, so this completes our complete EC2, right? So we can have a mock session later once we complete load balancer, right? Then ALB, what do you mean by load balancer? Oh, you guys know what is load balancer. I have mentioned about 3 functions of it. What are those functions? Can anyone?
Distribute the layer and check the health.
Yes.
Also, monitor.
Checking health monitor is same. One more thing I told, no? Distributing load, correct. Checking health, the monitoring EC2, that is correct. What is the other one which load balancer does?
To
Monitoring.
simplify the work for the
You remember the example.
correct,
Yeah, so it's
but I forgot.
offloading. Offloading
Offloading,
SSL. Yeah,
yes.
offloading SSL certificate. All
Yes,
right.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So these 3 jobs is taken care by load balancer. Right. Good. So in load balancer, we have different types. What are those types?
Sir,
I think it's
application load balancer, network load
ALB,
balancer.
NLB. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, he's
yeah.
right.
Correct. ALB, NLB, and classic load balancer. However, classic was using on both the layers, layer 4 and layer 7. But since it was like creating problems, so AWS has stopped it. We cannot say stop. AWS doesn't recommend this. Okay, now we are using ALB for application and network load balancer. When do we go for network load balancer, guys? In what scenario?
Sir, if the traffic is related with TCP and UDP, then we would go with the network load
Yes.
balancer.
So TCP, UDP user data protocol, and also when our performance matters most, okay, or more than reliability. If your requirement is performance, then give it no network load balancer, correct? So in application load balancer, okay, here we went inside. Okay, I showed you guys simple thing, right? So here we discussed about while creating a load balancer, 2 main important things, that is listeners and target groups. What is listener and target group, guys?
Listener is just the port numbers, maybe HTTP or HTTPS, where
Yeah,
the
yeah,
actual
correct.
client hitting that, and the target groups your instances,
Yes. So correct.
actual
Listener is
instance.
it's something listen for the connection. Whatever the port number we define inside listeners, it will listen for the connections. Target group is either load balancer will forward to target, all the request traffic will be forwarding to target group. These two are must, right? While creating load balancer, these two are must. Without giving any this thing, you cannot create load balancer. That's why I've explained this. Okay, rest all optional, but these are mandatory things. So target group is nothing but it's like a basket, right? A basket, we can it's a collection of, I mentioned 4 things. What all target group contains? Of course, one is the EC2s, collection of EC2 instance. Okay, your VMs. What could be the other? our containers, ECS, right? Our containers, lambdas, and then IPs, right? Only to these four load balancer will route the traffic. All right. So this is what we have discussed, right? Did I miss anything, guys?
No, sir.
Right. Okay. So every day we'll do small recap like this so that in current class you guys can pick it up easily, right? That's why I do this recap. So this is what we have discussed. Okay. If you guys have understood up to this level, today's class will be easier for you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So did you guys try load balancer to create a load balancer?
Yeah, I tried it.
Are you able to do it, Vikas?
Yes, I did. Just um before the class starts.
Uh-huh.
You want me to share?
If it's working fine, then fine, no problem. If you have any error, you can share. You know error, right?
No errors. Yeah, we just need to select the two subnets.
Mm-hmm.
Also some other.
Yeah, just share it. I'll just show to other
Okay,
people.
one
Yeah,
moment.
1 second. I'll give you that. Others, did you guys try? Shivaraman, Leela, Buntas.
Sir, still I'm waiting for the card details from my friend, sir. Most
Still,
probably.
you are waiting for card details.
Yeah. Because I already used one of my credit card and debit card. So in the free account was already expired. So most probably today or tomorrow I will get the details, sir. I
Okay.
request to share the
Leela,
information.
you can also change your credit card. Like if you have used before, you can change it so that AWS will have new card number.
Sorry?
Yeah.
You can also change your card. Like you can replace your old one with a new card so that it will have a new
But
card number.
okay. But it would take some time, right? So that is the reason,
Yeah, it will take some time.
Yeah. It will take some time.
Even I can go ahead and apply a new card, but it would take some time. So I don't want to take much more time. So that is the reason.
Yeah. Okay. Just try it. Let me know.
Sure,
Okay,
sir.
please. If you
Sure,
guys
sir.
don't, AWS is very easy to learn, right? Same way,
sir.
it happens in the opposite way. It is very easy to forget as well. If
Okay.
you guys don't learn it, it is very easy to forget. All
Okay,
right.
sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Vakas. Go to load balance. Yeah.
Okay. So
So
I have created one test 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
and
correct. Just click
I
on the
have
details. Yeah. So here, if you guys can see, Vakas has given the port, this HTTP 80 is there, no? That is listener. This is your
listener,
listener, and he is forwarding to the target group, right? So what is the target group name you have given? Test one.
Test 1, yes.
So yeah, correct. So here, if you see all the request which is coming on port 80, right? That load balancer is forwarding to target group test one. So what is there in the target group? Can you show the target group? Test one. Just click on that,
Ooh,
or else in left side you have target groups. Left below load balancer, yeah.
All right, here, yes. I actually created test 1 and test ALBs. So let me show you here. Which one?
Where's the EC2 is here? You don't have any targets here, but just click on register target.
Register target.
Here. Down.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So click on register target. So here, so once we select, click on register target, guys. So it will ask, okay, what
So I
all
select it.
EC2, yeah,
Okay.
how many EC2 instance you
We
want
can
to put.
select
Yeah.
individually, or we can select it all.
Yeah. So you can, if you want, you can select all, or you can select towards just include as pending below. So if you do it now, this EC2 instance will is under target group.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I think that's the one I missed.
Come down, scroll down.
It's pending.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Register pending targets.
Yeah, you can do it. Or this is what about the creation of load balancer. That's it. This is very simple.
Okay.
Just go to load balancer, give register, and anyhow you're gonna clean up this now.
Yeah.
Go to load balancer. All right. Okay. Just stay here. guys, did you guys understood everyone how to create a load balancer? So if you click on create load balancer, just only simple thing, okay, we'll only say give listeners and target group. That's the main important thing we give. Rest all VPC, availability zone, subnets, you did not touch anything, right, Vakas?
No, I did
We
not.
do. Yeah, right. So yeah, you can
Actually,
stop
I
sharing.
did
Yeah.
select two subnets. It was required. It was giving me an error. So I
Mhm.
selected two subnets, different
For
availability. So
cross
that's why.
zoning, it might ask, but even then
Correct.
it's okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So yeah, you can stop sharing your screen. Thanks, Vakas.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Guys, can you see my screen, right? So what Vakas has done, I'll just give you a quick this thing. So first he created EC2s, right? Let's say he has created 5 EC2s, right? And then he created load balancer, application load balancer. So in application load balancer, he has given the role or listener role port 80, right? So while creating load balancer, it will ask you to create a security group. So either you can use same this EC2 security group, or you can create your own ALB, right? You can do anything also, okay? So you have to give listener port 80 and you have to create target group. So target group is same. Okay, it's a collection of EC2 as I told. So you have to create target group and register as I shown now in the video, right? Just now I showed, okay, all our your EC2 instance should be running. So then you have to register. Once you do the register, then it will comes under the target group. Now this is the complete simple architecture right now. Okay, this is also we call it as architecture. Now whatever the request is coming, it's going to here. All the loads are distributing between this. All right. This is what Vakas has done. This is what I have asked for others to do as well. Right. So people who have not done it, try to do it today. Right. So if everything is clear here, if there's no doubt, we'll go to the next topic of load balancer. Any doubt for others?
No, sir.
No more doubts, sir.
Yeah. All right. So load balancer is clear. We'll go deep dive. As I told you, few services, I'm gonna do the deep dive, right? AC2, we have taken 3 to 4 class. Same like that, load balancer, VPC, IAM. These are most used topic. People who are working, they'll be knowing it, how frequent we use. So those classes, we'll go deep dive. All right. Now, let me share my slide. Okay. We have completed about multiple listeners, load balance, security, target groups. Okay, just go through this blue ticks. Okay, I mean blue highlighted for exam tips, right? Right. So next comes our microservice or multiple target groups. Okay, we'll talk about microservice architecture. Can anyone explain what is microservice? What is the difference between monolithic and microservice? I'm sure you guys can answer. You guys are already
Sir,
working. You'll
actually, the traditional way of, web application services or web services will be, split it into small service. For example, I'm having a web application. It contains various, portals like a login, payment. So it will be, run on a single server or an instance. Instead of that, to efficiently manage the hardware resources and software resources, I can, to ensure at the same time, I can also ensure high availability. I can, run I've broken it. I can broke the complete web services into small services and run it on a different, the virtual instances, so that I can avoid the downtime and get a high availability. So it will be run on, the containers looks like Docker containers or any other, container based applications.
all right. Yeah, very good. Right answer. Right. So what Leela told is correct. Okay, let me simplify it. Okay. So previously, all these years before introduction of microservice architecture, how we used to do, if you take any website or right, any your application, right, all these things used to run on single code. Okay, background, it will be run on single code. Okay, only one line of code. I mean, this single code is responsible to run your entire application, to your entire website. GoDaddy.com, if I say Yahoo, right, Facebook. I mean, before the introduction of microservice, okay, everything was running here. This entire application, if you see this, okay, this entire application was running on one single code. If anything goes down, let's say in this website, if any one thing goes down, I mean, if any error happens in any single line, right, if anything happens in single line, your entire application will go down, right? If even for the small mistake in the code, okay, since they are following right entire application in only one code, right, only one code. So if anything goes wrong in anywhere, so it might be a problem in some small other text. So because of this, entire application would have gone down, right? To come up with this, okay, to come up with this, it's not about AWS, okay, it's just a general thing, right? To come up to encounter this problem, they have introduced microservice. So what is microservices? Instead of building application like single code, okay, single code, what they have done, same application, okay, same application, what we'll do, we'll make it as a pieces, right? We'll make it as a pieces. We'll make it as a pieces. So write separate code for each services, write separate code, or write, keep separate containers, keep separate services, keep separate team, right? So all entire your application as divided into pieces. Yeah, they have divided into pieces, small pieces, right? So same application, if you see this as a Facebook, before the introduction of microservice, this Facebook was running on only one code. Now same Facebook, after the introduction of microservice, this entire application is running on thousands of microservice architecture. All right. So what is the best example I can show you here? Everyone can now you can see the best example here is your not only Flipkart, all over your whatever it might be your online thing, right? Can you see here? See on the page only you can see. See grocery, they have made it a separate microservice. Mobiles, they have separate microservice. Fashion, they have separate microservice. So what happens here, let's say if anything happens, okay, in background, in the backend, if any error happens in the code of grocery, right, grocery, so only this grocery thing will be unavailable for the user, but rest all application will be up and running. It doesn't affect your application. That's the power of microservice. That is why everyone are moving to microservice, and to maintain that microservice we need a lot of containers. To maintain that containers we need a lot of DevOps engineer, right? And to maintain the security of, I mean, to maintain the run, okay, to run that dockers, to run that your containers, we need good infrastructure. That is why cloud has come, and that's why the boom has increased, right? That's why cloud everything is increased because of all these things, right? If you see under mobiles, right, if you go under the mobile, see we have lot of section, okay, they have separate team, right, for each page, okay, they'll be having a container, right, background, they'll be having a separate code. You guys know it, I don't want to explain. It's for like new members, okay, if anyone fresher, for them I'm explaining this, right? This is the importance of microservice architecture, guys. Any doubt here? So now if my electronics goes down, if anything error happens in the code, only this will be unavailable to the user. Rest all will be up and running. That's how they do it in the background.
Sir, one container is one microservice is like one container, or
Yeah, that depends on
मैं
that.
पढ़ा हूँ कि अगर एक हमारा माइक्रो सर्विस है तो वो एक कंटेनर है, और दूसरा माइक्रो सर्विस है तो वो दूसरा कंटेनर है, और या एक ही कंटेनर में सब माइक्रो सर्विस है।
वो प्रोजेक्ट के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है। अब जितना साइज का कंटेनर लेते हो, राइट, आपका रिक्वायरमेंट कैसा है, क्लासिफिकेशन कैसा है, प्रोजेक्ट के ऊपर डिपेंड कर सकते हैं। आप चाहे तो लेट्स से फ्लिपकार्ट बड़ा एप्लीकेशन है, समझो ये छोटा एप्लीकेशन रहा है, स्मॉल, ओके, सम स्टार्टअप, right? If it's a small thing, so most of the services you can run on one container only. That is not a thing, okay? You can run on one container, two containers, right? It's not like one microservice is for one container only. No, it's not like default. Depends on your how big your application is. Okay, since Flipkart is very huge and Amazon is huge, they don't want any slowdown, right? That's why they'll keep a separate containers, right? This is just to give an example. So inside, if you see, if this is your mobile session, they will be having multiple containers again, as I shown now, right? So they have a new mobile session, they have old mobile sections, right? And they have Android separate, Mac separate. To maintain all this, they'll be having multiple container. It is not defined. Who asked the question? Harihant?
गजानन.
Yeah, Gajanan. It's not like mandatory, Gajanan. Okay, you can have any containers.
got it.
Yeah. Okay, guys. All right, guys. So microservices is clear, right? Any doubt, guys? Others?
So just to summarize that, earlier we had only one mono service, which were like, which was which what I say, I forgot that. So the mono microservices means we have thousands of services running in the background of one application, which help us to use the platform, right? Or the devices. Is it like that?
Monolithic architecture like was running on one entire application was running on code, right? Only one entire code. So if anything happens in that code, your entire application would have gone down. Now microservice, they have cut into pieces. Same application, they have made a small. So in your company also, if you're working in company, how company works, they have lot of teams, right? We have starting with sales team, business team, development team, testing team, right? What else team? We have security team, operations team. How they have divided, how they have cut into pieces their work, right? Same way your application, your entire application has cut into pieces, small pieces. So even if one small piece, that even if your one small microservice goes down, your application will be up and running. That's the essence of microservice. You should not have any downtime of your application, and you should give faster, right? Very low latency to your end user. That's the essence of it.
Oh, okay, got it.
Got it? Any doubt? No, right? Clear? Am I cleared?
Yep.
Others? Darshan, Leela, Muntaz?
नो सर.
या कोई डाउट रहे तो पूछ लो मुमताज, हेसिटेट मत करो.
नहीं सर, नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं.
हाँ, आराम से पूछ लो. नो
जरूर सर.
हाँ,
जरूर सर.
वो कौन बोला? गजानन ने बोला क्या?
नहीं सर, लीला कृष्ण बात कर रहा हूँ.
लीला. ओके लीला.
थोड़ा आता है सर, ज्यादा नहीं.
नहीं. yeah. You guys can ask any language, that's fine. Okay.
श्योर सर, ठीक है.
So yeah. All right. So that's about the microservice. Okay. So explaining theory, right? You guys can now read it, all those things. Okay. So I've explained the main thing, right? So again, in microservices architecture, we follow the listener rules. Okay. So in listener rules, so we have some important topic to discuss here in listener rules. Just now you will create microservice architecture. Now you will create multiple target groups. Okay, one load balancer is enough. That load balancer is a managed service and it will maintain. Okay, you don't have to worry. That is AWS responsibility. You just create a target groups and you'll say now here I'll like draw it and show you. As you guys saw, this one load balancer. Okay, this is enough to maintain your multiple target groups. Okay. one for one VPC, it will maintain. Okay, now as you saw Flipkart application, now we have mobile session, we have fashion, we have grocery, right? What else we have? We have shoes section, whatever, right? So we have multiple microservices. Now load balancer, okay, what could be the challenges? Now any request, now let's say the request comes, user will type uh I want full t-shirt, right, white colored shirt, something like that he will type in the search bar. So how will load balancer will know where to send, to which target group it should send, right? How will load balancer will get to know at which target group? So anything related to clothes, what if it's sent to mobile session? What will user think? Why is it showing mobile? If we type white shirt, if it shows white Samsung Galaxy, how it feels, right? So we have to make our load balancer some intelligent, right? We should train load balancer. To train him, we have some separate rules and conditions. Okay, we have listener rule conditions. We have different types of conditions which AWS has given us. Okay, using these rules condition, we have to tell to load balancer. So see, if you are getting this type of request, send it to this target group. If you are getting this type of request, send it to this target group. If you are getting this type of request, send it to this target group. Okay, this is what we have different rules types. Okay, so where we can see it here. Okay, I'll show you in the console where you can see. To create load balancer, it will take Wakas, are you there? Can you share your screen, that load balancer, or did you delete it?
No, I haven't deleted. Let me share it
Yeah,
if you
please,
want.
yeah, share your screen. I'll quickly show to others.
Okay. Okay.
Just a
Is it
second.
right? Yeah.
1 second.
You can take the control now.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, if you see here now, after you create load balancer, now you guys have created load balancer. This is your load balancer running, right? So here you can see listener and forwarding to the group. So now where you can set that condition, right? Where you can set that condition is here under the rules. If you see here, we have only one rule, right? So here you can click on this. Okay. So here we can add rules.
Sorry, we're going to leave.
Can you guys see it here? These are the rule conditions. Okay, so here it is asking host header, path, HTTP, source IP, HTTP header. These are the different conditions, rule types. Why do we use these rules types? I have explained just right now. Okay, to make your load balancer intelligence, we have to tell load balancer this type of thing, send it to this particular target group. Okay, to make it smart, to give him, so we have a condition. This is our rule conditions. Okay, now what are this? Why AWS has given this many? What are this thing? I'll explain you now with the example. Now I'm showing in real time how to configure. Okay, these are the types, guys. They will definitely gonna ask in interview. Or they'll ask load balancers, and they might ask you, what do you know about different rule conditions and why do we use path based? Why do we use? They might ask. Okay, that's why I'm showing you here. Okay, now you guys know in demo as well how to launch this. I mean, how to select rule conditions. All right. Okay. Thanks, Wakas.
No worries.
Now
Thank
I'll
you.
take the, yeah,
Sure.
you can stop
You
sharing
want
the
me to
screen.
stop it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, visible.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, right. So now we have this different rule condition types, right? Host header, path-based, HTTP. So what do you mean by that? Simple. So if you select host header, what happens is, so route, it will route traffic based on the host name of each request. That's it. So let's say, for example, if it's traffic coming from youtube.com, right? It should be routed to particular target group. That's it. Very simple, guys. Don't get complicated. So if you have load balancer, so once you set on host base, right? In host base, you will say anything traffic coming from YouTube. Okay, not only YouTube, anything traffic coming from clothes.com, okay, related to clothes or anything, right? If anything coming from this, you will send load balancer, send it to particular target group. That's it. Okay, these kind of this, send it to this particular target group. That's it you are doing. Initially, you had given only listeners, right? Listeners and target groups, right? What happened? What happened, Vikas?
Sorry. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you were just laughing, no? What happened?
Oh, nothing. Actually, I think mic was on. Sorry. Was just saying that.
Okay,
I just read something. So
okay, all
sorry to
right,
interrupt.
no problem. I thought you saw something in YouTube and you're laughing related to
No,
YouTube.
no, no. It's not YouTube. It's just writing something.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. All right. So what I'm trying to say is this is how you can make use of different rule condition, guys. Okay. This is just the example. Okay, in real time they do like this only. So if they have particular request from particular team, they'll assign some target group, send it to this target group. Same way we have different ruling conditions. So host header, path based, route based on path patterns. Okay, so whatever the based on the path patterns, you can, for example, so even in the URL only, if they have something like this path, send particular to target group. That's it. And then HTTP header, route based on HTTP headers for each request. For example, if user agent is Firefox, right? If the request is coming from, this is all just example, guys. Okay, if for Firefox, route it to particular target group. That's it. And then HTTP request method, okay, based on the HTTP of each request. Okay, so if you have like this in your URL, get request, post request, right? If you have this kind of thing, send it to particular target group. That's it. Very simple. Just go through this. Okay, go through this. Remember these names. Okay, it's not you don't have to buy out all those things. Just remember different types of conditions: host header, path, HTTP header, request method, query string, and source IP. All right. Any doubt here? Please remember, you now I've shown you in the console also where you can configure it. Right. So once you create the listener rules, there you can add conditions, different conditions. Is it clear, others?
Yes, sir.
Darshan, Mumtaz, Sivaraman, Sumit.
Yes, sir.
Sumit, is it clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is about the load balancer. Okay. So in load balancer, we have almost discussed the network load balancer, application load balancer. How do we create a application load balancer, right? What are the things you have to give in load balancer? What is the mandatory thing you have to give? Listener and roles. What is listener, right? And what is target group? Why do we have to give target groups? Everything you guys know it, right? So The load balancer is very simple, and right, if you want, you can give key value name. Okay, so if you are creating load balancer for your development or testing team, you can give the key value name, and if you want, you can add multiple listeners as well. All right. So this is about load balancer. So now the scenario comes is, what scenario comes is, you are maintaining all this, right? You have created target groups. Okay, so each target groups contains multiple EC2s. Okay, they have multiple EC2s here, each target groups. Now, in order to make this, now here sometimes, let's say now whenever the big billion day comes, okay, if this is your Flipkart load balancer, whenever this big billion day comes, there will be huge request, and this target group should hold that request. Okay, so to do that, what we have to do, we have to increase EC2, right? We have to increase it. Suppose if it's 5, we need to increase, make it double during big billion day. Same way, when big billion day goes down, that request will reduce, and you don't want 10 EC2 instance to be running. It's simply, waste of cost, right? Your 5 EC2 is more than enough to run normal day request, right? So in order to do this, okay, in order to maintain this, okay, you can do it manually, that's not a thing, but in real time, you have multiple target groups. As I told you, you have 1,000 microservices. Will you have time? Will you get that much time to manually go and increase EC2, decrease EC2, check the request, how much is coming? Can we do it? We can do it. How long it will take? It will consume a lot of time, right? It will lot of time.
Actually,
So
it will be not possible. It will take
yeah,
some more time.
yeah. So that is why AWS has come up with some this thing. Okay, they have come up with solution. That's what we call it as auto scaling groups. Okay, so in the name itself, it is saying auto. What do you mean by auto? It's automatically scale in and scale up of your EC2s. That's it. Okay, where this auto scaling will sit. So now this is your load balancer. This is your target groups, not EC2. Okay, this is your target groups. Okay, so here you can give auto scaling. Okay, so if you give auto scaling here above your target group, so it will, if you give give the target groups, if you select the EC2, right? So it will always be say check of the EC2. Okay, it will always be monitoring whether the EC2 running is enough or not. Here 2 EC2 is running enough not. Okay, here or 5 EC2 is running or not based on your the work. Here 10 EC2 is enough or not. It will be checking. Okay, if the workload increases, okay, if load balancer gives, okay, if load balancer gives more request, what auto scaling do? Okay, my boss is giving extra more information. I need to increase EC2. Okay, I need to increase EC2 here. It will increase. Okay, so load goes down. So then auto scaling will understand, okay, the threshold load is very less. I need these many, it's not required. So automatically this auto scaling will take care. Right, this auto scaling will take care, so that your cost will also be in particular this thing, right? So company will not incur more cost, right? And also it will not affect anything to your application also. So end users will always be getting their application high. They use these guys, okay, in real time. They are following it. That's why nowadays our application are highly available, so that it will never go down. Okay, this is just the introduction of auto scaling. Okay, is it clear here? Anything, any doubt? I'll show you in console.
Yeah, clear.
Right, that's why auto scaling has introduced. Okay, where it will sit here. Right, so same in EC2 session. Should have terminated it. I'll quickly launch instance. You guys should guide me now. What should I select here, guys?
Amazon
Both is
Linux
better.
or Ubuntu.
Why Amazon Linux?
Is this a free trial?
Yeah, free trial and correct. Right. So here, what should I select and why this instance type?
T2 micro, because it's free tier eligible as well.
What are
We
the
have
other
on here.
instance types I can get here?
We can compare.
T1,
ACD.
T3.
Sorry, anyone?
Like T1 printer also come.
I didn't
A
get you.
series and M series.
No, not under free tier. I'm asking generally. What are the other types I can select in instances?
T1
Fast
micro.
General purpose.
Yeah, memory
Compute
based.
optimized,
Yeah,
memory optimized,
yeah,
and
Storage
yeah.
optimized.
Yes,
CPU.
correct. Yeah, those are the instance types, right? And
Okay.
why do we have to give keeper here? Why do I need to create? Is it necessary for me to create? Yes or no?
Yes, necessary.
Why?
Yes, yes.
How does it help me?
For security purpose and
It
Security?
will decrypt the public key by using it. Default, it will it EC2 contains public instance, private key, and PEM key contains public key. So it will use to decrypt the password.
Don't, yeah, correct. Don't get that much complicated. So why do we create key pair? To securely connect, okay, to make a SSH connection, okay. Just to make a SSH connection, we use key pair. What is SSH? How SSH works? What is public key, private key? That I have given you extra knowledge, okay, extra. But key pair we use to make a SSH connection. All right. Just give something created to keep it. Now, if I want to make SSH, okay, if I'm connecting through AWS console, I don't have to worry about keys. AWS will take it. Now, if I'm connecting to this instance from outside anywhere, okay, if I'm SSHing through this instance from third party, right, then I have to give these keys, what I have downloading now. So what key is it I have downloaded now? They might ask, I don't know.
new one.
No, what key is it? Is it a
It's a public key.
private key?
I'm sorry, private. Yes.
Private key. Public key will be with EC2.
Correct.
Right. So in the networking, again, we have to select a security group. So here I'm allowing SSH. If you want, you can allow HTTP. All right. So that's what we have discussed pretty much. And now I'm gonna launch three. I want 3 instance. All right. Okay, good guys. You guys are in the track. What do we call this time? This loading time?
Initializing, modifying, something like that.
Yeah, it's a boot up time they'll call. All right, so now I have 3 EC2 instance running. Okay, now if load increases, so let's say if this is my application, okay, this is my application, so EC2. For example, Flipkarts, okay. Now when big billion day load increases, these 3 EC2 is not enough. These two we need more, okay, to maintain that now. Manually you can go and launch what is the simplest way, very easiest way. Just select any one thing, okay. Click on actions and here can you see a launch more like this? If you click this launch more like this, you can just give numbers and you can launch. Okay, that's the one of the easiest way. But if you for small workloads, it's fine. If you have a lot of microservices and all, you can't do it. No, that's why we have auto scaling. So where is it? The same session, go down at the last. So go here, auto scaling. So we have create. Just click on create auto scaling. Okay, the main thing here. So what is the main thing I mentioned in load balancer? Listeners and target group, right? Same way here we have the main thing is launch template. Okay, we have to define launch template. So what is this launch template? What do you mean by launch template? You guys know
To
it.
create set of machines by using existing machines like OS types, instance types, we can create our own template. We can launch by using multiple VMs.
Yes, right. So your launch template is nothing but your template which consists of all the information required to launch EC2s. Okay, it will be predefined. Okay, now you guys know what is the importance of launch template. So now whatever template you give, auto scaling will follow that. Okay, so once you give this template to auto scaling, okay, you will be having T2 instance. Okay, you will have separate key pair. Okay, and you will have some storage, different service, right? If once you define this template and give it to auto scaling, whenever it needs to increase launch instance, whenever, okay, it will follow this. Every time it cannot come and ask, right? Even if you are not there, it cannot come and ask you. So once you define the template, auto scaling will learn, okay, my boss has given me this instruction. I should launch only these kind of, whatever you give, it will launch. That's it. That's why launch templates are very important, guys. Clear? So here, if you guys have created launch template, you can go and select here. Okay. So this is it. So whatever is there, you can see it here in the description. Which AMI, okay, if you are using golden AMI, you can select that instance time. This all depends on project requirement, right? Each project will be having different. So that is why we create different templates for different project, so that it will be easier for us to give, right? So click on next. What is that? Sorry, name. Okay. I'll do one thing. I'll create a launch template. That template might be. What I'll do. So already have created instances, right? EC2 instance. So using that, I'll create a launch template. So just click on it. Where should I go, guys? What option should I select? Yeah.
Action or right next to the action.
No,
Drop down arrow.
to create launch template. Under which section?
Image and
image
templates.
template में same
And then
launch
launch.
more like
Create,
this.
no. For creating template,
Create
you can
templates
click
from
create
instance.
template from instance. So
Uh-huh.
now I'll create this template. Okay. I'll assign this template to auto scaling. Okay, so to make you guys clear, so I'll give ASG template. Okay. Version just give V1. Rest all I'll giving default. Can you guys see I'm not touching anything? Everything, whatever the TC2 instance, same thing. Right? So now my launch template, ASG template is ready. So here, refresh it. Now I've come to this auto scaling, create auto scaling. I've given name. Now I'll go and select that template, ASG template. Right? So if you see same AMI, if you see that key pair new 12,
Right.
same second. Yeah, now. So same template. Now we will go on next. So next section, it will ask you to select your VPC availability zones. Okay, don't worry about now. We'll talk about VPC section just now. For right now, leave it default. Right. So instance type here also, if you want, you can override it. Okay, it is giving option. Okay, you can override. If you want to change, you can do it. Instance type. If you want to change this to memory, right, and you can change. Okay, just give next. Availability zone, and you can select 1 or 2, right? Okay. So now, as guys, I've shown you, right? So what is the architecture? ASG will take the instruction from load balancer, right? So this is your load balancer, this is your target group, and this is your ASG here. So it will take instruction from load balancer. So that is why it is asking here, okay, whether you have no load balancer or you want to attach to an existing or you want to create a new. Okay, if you have created a load balancer, you can attach to it directly. If you have not created, you can either create it here or else give no load balance. All right. Then comes this thing. This is the main important topic. Okay, what is this desired capacity, minimum capacity, and maximum capacity? Okay, so ASG is asking you all the questions at once only. Okay, it is asking you, okay, boss, how many instance I should create? It doesn't know. Okay, you have given the launch template. You have told ASG what type of EC2 should be created, what type of AMI, what type of networking storage, everything you have defined. But how many I should create? Do I need to create 1,000? Do I need to create 10? Do I need to create 5? To how many? And how do you select the number, right? So this is what the main important thing, desired minimum and maximum. Okay, so what are this thing means? Okay. All right, it is not there here. I'll just, okay, it's a very simple thing. So minimum capacity. Okay, what do you mean by minimum capacity? Means if you give 3 here, okay, if you give 2, so what happens if it's a minimum capacity is 2, regardless of your workload? Okay, even if your workload application has high, or your application has very low request or high request, whatever it might be anything. Even if it's a high or low, you always want 2 EC2 instance to be up and running. Okay, that's it. What is maximum? Okay, so what is maximum means, if you get like if more requests, as I told you in big billion day, we'll get more requests during peak hours. What should be your maximum EC2 you should launch? Can give 10, right? What is desired? Then you guys can ask, we have minimum and maximum. Why do we have desired? Why is this option? Okay, this is for like your average thing. Okay, so now this minimum capacitor, it's regardless of your workload. That means if it's a high workload, low workload, it doesn't matter. Always 2 instances will be running, always. Desired capacity is like average. If your workload is going to, if it's increasing from minimum to maximum, okay, if it's decreasing from maximum to minimum, right? If it's in average day, you will give desired. Okay, you will say, I want desired to be, desired will always be in between, guys. It will always be in between. Okay, 5. Okay, that is why they have given desired capacity. Okay, any doubt here?
But yeah, means always it will be keep 5 instance will be always available. Okay.
Minimum is
Always
always available.
Minimum is available.
Maximum is peak hours. Peak hours. Desired is okay on your average day, right? So yeah, even if you're or average day, if your load is just slightly increasing, right? So then this is your desired. Okay, to maintain your depending upon your current workload. This will use it depending upon our current workload. All right. So this is how this is why they have given this option, desired, minimum, and max. Okay. Now here, on what basis it will select? We have to give some threshold value, no? So if this value is above 1,000, give this. Okay, if your request is coming below 1,000, go minimum. Okay, so that's how we have given the policy. So you can select the different target tracking. Okay, so ASG will always track your CPU utilization, or you have other options as well. Okay, CPU utilization. Okay, load balancer request count. Okay, or your network bytes. How will ASG will understand, guys, if the request is increasing or not? Now you guys know what is a load balancer, what is target groups. All right, you guys know now what is the ASG, what it does ASG, right? Now ASG will okay, if any traffic is increased, ASG will increase EC2. Okay, now what type of it should increase, that also you have given. How many types of EC2 should increase, how many numbers, that also you have given. Now how will ASG will understand traffic is increasing or decreasing? How? That is how here we have target tracking. Okay, so here metric type, here we will select either on CPU utilization, either on network, either on load balancer request. So if you select any one thing, ASG will always be monitoring it. If you give CPU utilization, target value 50, okay, 50%, okay. If you give 50 here, if the CPU increases more than 50%, immediately it will start launching. It will understand, okay, request is getting increased. Okay, we are getting more request. Okay, if you give if you give a load balancer request count, okay, you have to give the target groups, it will always be monitoring it, right? And if the request increases, even your this thing will increase, right? This is how we have, this is why we have scaling policies. This is very important, guys. Okay, they in auto scaling you should be knowing how to launch auto scaling, how to launch load balancers, right? So now I'll give, okay, none, right? Click on next, next, next. Just have a quick overview, create auto scaling. Okay, so if you see here, what is it have given here? Desired is 5, minimum is 2, maximum is 10. Now this ASG, now we have created auto scaling ASG 1. Okay, the main task of ASG, you have assigned one dedicated guy to maintain your team, right? If any one team guy doesn't come, he should get a team member from other team. He should make the work up and running. That is his responsibility. That's what your ASG will do. Now, once it starts running, okay, once it starts running, it will always maintain and it will make sure this EC2 should be up and running. Okay. So now if you go to this EC2, okay, uh, okay, now we have 8 EC2 here, right? Why do we have 8 EC2 running? Guys? Hello?
Already you have created 3 instances. Additionally, you have created minimum 5 instances in ASG group. Maximum
Okay.
decide you have selected 5, so that's the reason totally you are
Yeah.
running 8 instances.
So now, yeah, so now what happens? Now I'll go and terminate this EC2. I'll terminate all. I'll terminate everything. I'll say I don't want. Okay. So now you will see importance of auto scaling. How this auto scaling works. Just wait for a few minutes. Okay. Shutting down, all the instances are shutting down.
Will 2 instance has been created, sir, as per our policy?
You will see, you wait, just wait for a few minutes. You will get to know. Okay.
Okay, okay.
All right. So now all of our EC2 instance is terminated, right? So everything is terminated. So It is showing here. Why it is not showing here? Okay, so target tracking we have given none, right? So that is why it is not launching. So what happens? What happens in if you give the target tracking, right? So as soon as we can you see here, guys? So one EC2 started running. Even though I have terminated, I didn't do anything. See, can you guys see it here? It automatically started. Are you observing?
Yeah, it's in running
Yes, yes,
condition.
we get.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So now you guys will slowly will get to know how many instances running and why this instance will be running. If you see initializing. So auto scaling understood. Okay. Okay. There's no EC2 instance running. My boss has given me instruction. Okay. I have to maintain desired 5. Okay. There's no instances at all. I have to launch it soon. So it will, as soon as it detects that there's no EC2 instance, it will launch immediately. So if you guys wait for some more time, okay, it will launch your whatever the capacity you have given, no desired one, it will launch. All right. So this is the importance of auto scaling, guys. This is how it works in reality. Okay, even it has a lot of features. Okay, if you have, if you want to learn more, expose. Okay, great. Go deep dive and explore more here. We use a lot of ASG. Okay. Mm. Right, so we have small topic left in ASG, that is scaling policies. Okay, how to track your scaling, target tracking, simple scaling. That I'll explain in tomorrow's class. Okay, you guys try this, right? Create auto scaling, just auto scaling, give some desired one. Okay, and you guys go and delete it. Okay, just to go and delete by yourself and see how many instances will launch. Can you guys see here? It already launching one more again. Right, so please make sure even if you terminate EC2 instance, it will be coming. So you have to go and delete your auto scaling only. All right, no doubt you're right in auto scaling.
No.
Yep.
No
No.
worries.
Yeah. Right, so tomorrow I have some small sessions left that is regarding scaling types, different scaling and dynamic scaling, that I'll explain. Right, and then we are good to close with load balancer. All right, so we'll connect tomorrow, guys. Or just try to do this. If you get any doubt, let me know. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Always do the cleanup once you do this.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Please,
Thank you.
please prepare and come, guys. Please have revise it and come, or else you guys won't understand the ongoing.
We haven't get that slides PDF slide yet. So
Yeah. So I'll share it. Today you will get it. I'll share that. Thanks for reminding me,
great.
guys. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Sure. Thank you.
Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.